Hello, and welcome to episode 1 of my Terraria Let's Dives. Um, in this series, I will be playing Terraria in hardcore mode with fresh slate characters. I will play them until they die. Being hardcore mode, the character will be deleted upon death. I will then go through, delete the world that they were in, and start a new character with a new world. And it's like every episode will be trying to run around 20 minutes or so, or until the character dies. So if I start a world and my character ends up falling off a cliff within the first 3 seconds, well, I'll have about a 5-second video. If I can keep going for an hour, maybe 2-3 hours, then I'll have those segmented up into about 20-minute chunks, and I'll be working with the naming scheme later, since I'm going to call each episode or each character an episode. So episode parts are probably going to go into pretty high numbers. The game I'm playing, of course, is Terraria. It's been around for a couple of years now. I think it came out in January of 11. It's on Steam for a pretty decent price. It's about $9.99 USD. Regional equivalents for the most part. And it's been on like almost every Steam sale since it's come out. It still gets put on, like, I think it was $2 during the Christmas Steam sale. So it's a pretty decent price game for something what it's like. If you've never heard about it before, it's a lot like Minecraft. Instead of being 3D, it's 2 1/4 D. And well, yeah. The same basic elements. You cut down trees, you dig through dirt, you mine through stones and minerals, and you take them and put them together to make stuff. But at the same time, it's a little bit more gameplay mode. Like, no offense to Minecraft fans, but Minecraft is a major sandbox, whereas Terraria is more of a game. It started with bosses, and it has 3 bosses right now in normal mode, 1 boss to change over, and then 3 bosses in hardcore mode, or hard mode, that is achieved by beating the transitional boss. There are a couple of sub-bosses, but, well, they're required to get things in the game, but they're not exactly required for progression. The bosses are, the first one is the Eye of Cthulhu. The Eye of Cthulhu is, well, it's a giant eye, and it shoots tiny little eyes at you. Yeah, I realize that sounds weird. After you get it down to about half of its health, it decides to turn into teeth. And it will bite you. And yeah, it's a little awkward to say. The next one is the Eater of Worlds. The Eater of Worlds is a giant worm. It comes in segmented parts, which makes it a little tricky. Like, you can kill it in parts, which is nice, because if you don't beat it all the way, you can beat it halfway and still get the loot from, well, winning the boss fight. But at the same time, there are some problems where if you kill it in the middle, like the end segment and the front segment are now 2 small Eater of Worlds, which can now double team you. So early game, that can be deadly if done improperly. After that is Skeletron. He's a giant skeleton. He beats you up. He's a giant floating skeleton head with arms. That's kind of self-explanatory. The transitional boss is the Wall of Flesh. It's a giant wall with eyes and teeth and tentacles, and it shoots worms at you and lasers. And yeah, it's a transitional boss. It's basically the difference between normal mode and hard mode. So, yeah. After you've beaten the wall of flesh, you enter hard mode, in which you're capable of going up against the twins, which is the upgraded version of the Eye of Cthulhu. The twins there's two of them. One of them is one of them is a lot like the original. He's a eye that turns into teeth. The second one, though, starts out like the original. He starts out like an eye, but once you beat him up enough, he turns into a laser cannon and starts shooting with lasers. They each have individual names, but I don't actually know their names. Sorry about that. After that, you have the Destroyer, which is the upgraded Eater of Worlds. The Destroyer is a giant worm, just like the Eater of Worlds, but he's not segmented, which is kind of good because, well, you can't end up with two of them on your hands. But instead of having segments, each of his little, what would be segments, have tiny little drones inside of them. And when you've done enough damage to that segment, the drone will come out and try to shoot you. Those are really nice because once you've got a nice weapon, killing those can give you armor or give you health back or give you mana, sometimes a little bit of money. I've actually had one of them give me a potion before. I'm not so yeah, it's within the drop rate. It's like normal, or they have a normal monster drop rate, so that's pretty nice of them. But the problem with it not being segmented is that if when you kill it, its loot drops in its head. It's a worm. It has the ability to burrow between ground, so you could end up doing the last shot on its tail, and its loot be dropped hundreds of blocks below you, underground, invisible. It's not very nice, but it could be worse, honestly. And then the final boss is Skeleton Prime. Skeleton Prime is a more difficult version of Skeletron, of course. He's still the floating giant head, but instead of having two skeletal arms that he tries to smack you with, he has 4 weapons, one of which is a cannon, another's a chainsaw, another's kind of like a claw it's a claw, and then he has a laser beam. So, yeah. If you can see here, this tiny little slime that's just popped up, his name is Pinky. I love Pinky. He's a pretty simple to beat mob. He's a general slime. He has a lot of health, but he doesn't hit hard. But he has a chance of, or he drops a lot of money. Normally, he'll drop roughly about 1 gold coin. So, especially this early in the game, I mean, I'm literally 5 minutes in, and it's so yeah, that's really nice. But he'll drop roughly about a gold coin, which is really useful. It allows for the summoning of the merchant. But yeah, as you can see, I'm having a little bit of difficulty because the sword I have is more for poking, and because he's so small, it's kind of a little bit hard for me to hit him. So I had to build a wood sword here. The wood sword's a broadsword, which allows it to do sweeping motions instead of poking motions. It also has a much higher knockback, but it's not nearly as fast. You'll also notice that it's legendary. Oh shit, it's night. Give me a second. I'm going to build up a wall, and I'll try to talk about it being legendary a little bit in a second. Okay. It's legendary, which basically means it has stats on it. The prefixes are stats. I'm not exactly sure how to explain that a little bit more. Damn. I just realized that Pinky didn't drop a whole gold. He only dropped about 80 silver or so. But anyway, the prefixes, for the most part, are kind of self-explanatory. Well, like, not self-explanatory, but some of them are good, some of them are bad. Legendary is, of course, all good. You can see it. Sorry, I'm fighting zombies right now. I can't actually just pull it up and look at it. But going through with it, it's, come on, get back in here. Get back in here. I really wish I would have built a chair. I sworn I built a chair. Damn. Well, I'm going to try to build some torches and block off the door so that he can come inside and be safe. Come on, get inside. Fuck, I forgot to equip the torches. Shit. Sorry, I'm using a bit of a different keyboard than usual, so I don't remember the hot buttons. Going through, fuck, zombie, fuck. Okay, I've died, and as I said in the parameters, yeah. So, see you next time. As you can see, I'm a ghost, which shows that it's in hard mode, so have fun.